What does man desire? Man desires to be happy. That is the reason why we see people in the ghettos of America and South America in the jungles processing cocaine. That is the reason why we see guerrilla groups throughout Africa. That is the reason why Somalians, the pirates, steal stuff from ships. It is man's desire to be happy which creates a tremendous amount of strain on governments and on people. Man's desire to be happy is more important to me than religion. It transcends above that. When man desires, the true desire, to see his fellow man live a happy life, what can be greater than that? That is love. When a person cares about his fellow man more than his religious beliefs, to me that is the definition of love. Now, there's different types of love, but the love that I speak about is one that transcends above religion. It transcends above thoughts of starting a business or being in love with a woman, which is very, very important. But the greatest love that I see is a love for humanity. And below that, I see that it is important for man to have a companion. We see that those that have a companion are able to pay the rent, are able to live a happier life. See, there are three things which I see are a necessity for a man to have a happy life. First, he needs to have a job. If you do not have a job or some way to provide for yourself and to be able to have a time off to drive to your local park and go for a jog or go out with your friends and enjoy the evening, you're not going to be happy. Then you need a place to live. You need an apartment, a house, a mobile home. You need to live with other people that are decent and that are going to respect your belongings and your privacy. And then you need to have a sex life. If you're not having a sex life, you're not going to be happy. All three of these things equal happiness. Now, there are many people that live certain types of. They have a certain religion, and they have certain ways of releasing sexual energy, and that is healthy. But in the system that we live in, where people have to work and communicate and all be on one accord, it is important that people have a job, a place to live, and a sex life. Those three things help to create a happy atmosphere for man. Okay, I want to share this. It's about feminism. Feminism has ridden the crest of an economic wave that is pushing a disquieting number of Americans into poverty from which they have little hope of escape. The same economic wave has been assaulting the security and self-confidence of many middle-class families, largely through the declining value of wages and the loss of male jobs. Between 1973 and 1992, this book was written in 1992, the average wages for the bottom 60% of male workers fell by 20%. And among young full-time workers ages 18 to 24, the percentage earning was less than $12,000 a year, and it jumped to 40%. Now, this was in 1992. Imagine how many male workers are being affected now. Now, it is important that women have jobs, because when you hear of a lot of women, they go through abuse, they want to escape a bad relationship, or they just want a divorce. That's the case a lot of times. I'm seeing that it's very common, especially out here, for women to be divorced two to three times, even more, because they're just not happy in that relationship, or the money's gone dry. So I'm not trying to make women sound bad or make women look bad, because men are doing the same thing too. So it is imperative that men continue to speak out for their rights, continue to be there for their families. I feel like it is man's duty to be the head of a household, not a woman. We shouldn't allow women just get housing, allow the man, the father, to be pushed out of the family and be denied housing, especially if he has a record, because we know now more than ever that a huge percentage of those that are single have their husband, their lover, their boyfriend is locked up in a jail or in a prison, and when they come out, they're being denied housing. So stand for justice, speak out, and be a light for the oppressed people of America.